Ballykildea car park. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. The road on the way up was a little bit washed out, but as you can see, plenty of low slung cars in the car park. I've read all the signs. There's nothing to say that you can't take your mountain bike up here, and I've seen quite a lot of evidence of other people's bike tracks, so you'll be grand if that's what you want to do. Most of the walkers, in fact all of the walkers that I've seen so far, are taking the steep trail up that way. I've been here before. That is quite steep, but it's the most direct route to the summit of Moylussa. I'm going to take the forest track and go exploring. A dedicated mountain bike trail cutting across the forest track, and indeed it is. eMTB crossing. I'd say I won't be going down there. Looks like it would be quite steep and technically difficult, so I'm just going to enjoy going up this more leisurely forest track. Carry straight on is the direct route to the top of Moylussa. I'm exploring, so I'll just go and check out this for a kilometre or so and see where it leads. According to the research I've done, all of the forest around here is Quilcha, the Irish forestry company. I love seeing the underlying bedrock. Find it fascinating. Definitely sedimentary. First beautiful view. That's Tipperary over there. I'll put the names of those three peaks up on screen. This is Loch Derg, and yet another mountain bike trail. They've really turned this into an outdoor activity area. That's quite a lot of clear felling on a very steep slope. It's quite windy. Loch Derg forms part of the Shannon. That's the picturesque village of Killaloe, with a very beautiful bridge crossing the Shannon. Shannon carries on down that way to the estuary. I'm sure the more adventurous of you would manage to pick your way up there. Certainly it would be easy hiking if you were on foot. I'm going to go back down and head for the summit. So that was quite good fun. I'm sticking to the main forestry track. There was another junction just down there, and you could have taken the walking track, more direct route up. Pretty sure I know where this track leads from a previous visit up here. This will have been a quarry where they've excavated the stone used to construct the forestry tracks. You'd certainly build a few roads with this lot. I guess Quilcha's getting ready to clear, fell or plant trees, and that's why they're improving the roads. This is reasonably steep for mountain biker trails, but the forest track itself is quite steep. Spectacular. I'd say that's Moylussa in the background there. So quite a ways to go yet. Currently I'm at 80% battery. Certainly lots of tracks if you want to go exploring. It's very windy. Came up today because I thought I was going to get to fly the drone and get a spectacular shot at the summit. That's definitely not going to happen. Must be blowing a steady 30 kilometers an hour, 40 kilometers an hour maybe. Nice and calm in the shelter of the trees. Okie dokie. So I remember the summit to Moylussa, or this part of the track, as being more or less a forest track. So maybe they've adjusted it slightly. Anyway, let's see how we get on getting up here on the eMTB. That's pretty steep and loose. I'll maybe just turn around here and get into a low gear. Okie dokie, walk assist I'd say. I can figure out which one's walk assist. Here we go, walk assist. I definitely wouldn't be doing this on a normal mountain bike. The electric mountain bike just makes this effortless. It is steep though. Maybe this is what it was like last time. This bit looks familiar. This bit up ahead is definitely where I got off and pushed last time. And I'll be doing the same this time. And I'll be walking down. It takes a right turn just up there. I'm not going to risk anything. That's very steep. So walk assist. Here we go. Very steep. I definitely remember this section last time I was up here. Phew. I need a rest after that. That is a steep climb. I think that might be Galtymore in the very far background, just to the right of that one tree, and perhaps Keeper's Hill. with the ridge, Ergid Ridge, Sleevan Ergid. More of Tipperary anyway. Breathtaking view, stunningly beautiful. Onwards and upwards. I'm going to be off and pushing here, I'd say, as well. Give it a go, but yeah, too steep for me. Walk assist again. Definitely cycled down this bit last time, so perhaps it wasn't quite as washed out and steep. Well, that was very steep. This is the last section. The summit's pretty flat as a boardwalk. Probably cycle up this, but I'm out of breath now. Here's the boardwalk. Start of the boardwalk. Danny McCaskill would do this easily. The views are spectacular. It's reported to have 2 peaks, and I'll presume that's the other one just over there. And that'll be a different mountain altogether. And just to confirm it, Moylussa, 748 feet. Looks like Quilcha put up the plaque. Fantastic. Well, that was an adventure. Very windy. It was forecast to be windy for tomorrow, as I'd said. I wasn't expecting this today. I really wanted to get some fabulous drone shots from up here. C'est la vie. I'm sure the rest of this will go quickly too. Let's see how we get on. Taking it carefully. Okay, I'm going to get off here. Just way too steep for me there. I pushed the non-electric bike up here. As I say, it was a few years ago, so anyway, this is manageable. A professional mountain biker would manage to pick their way down here. I'm not going to though. Or perhaps not, professional's not the word, a more capable mountain biker. Nice and calm in the lee of the hill. That was very windy up there. Okay, I think that's the worst of it. Let's see how we get on with the rest here. I'll manage to make my way down in the saddle, as it were. I might just have managed it around that corner, but there were folk coming, so nice chat with them. I don't like to be recording if there's people that haven't consented to it, so to speak. This is steep here. We'll see how we get on. Maybe just get off at the top. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to do. I'll get off here. It's not too steep, but there's this bit which has got, as I say, a canyon to get across. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember cycling down this last time, but I'm also pretty sure that the road wasn't quite as washed out as it is. Oh, steep, 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 steep. Fabulous. This is the really steep bit here that I remember from the last time. This bit's okay. Glad to have gone. Glad to be down this far as well though. Not bad at all. Okay, I've still got 70% battery left. So I think what I'm going to do, which I didn't do the last time, which I considered doing though, is to have a blast along this track and see where it went. An interesting wall of wood. I expect Quilcher's got this all stacked up for removal. Well, they've had it stacked up for removal for quite a while because there's moss growing on it. I hope it's not going to go to waste. That's quite a lot of it. A few cubic meters in that for sure. And there's Slieve Camalta with Slieve an Ergid to the left and Killaloe village. So peaceful here in comparison with the top of Moylussa, that's for sure. So I'm going to carry on. Spectacular. Quite incredible how they managed to clear fell on steep slopes like this. That must be Moylussa there. Perhaps. I'll check and I'll put it up on screen if it is. Looks like this track goes down quite a bit further there. I've still got 66% battery left. This track isn't taking me where I thought it would. I thought it was going more westerly, but it's just traversed around the side of the mountain, and now I'm heading east. That's the bottom of Loch Derg by the looks of it there. The Shannon stretching away. Galtimore Mountains in the background. That's Slieve Camalta there. And Slieve an Ergid to the left of it. I wonder if you can get back out this way onto the track that goes back down to the car park. I think you can. I think this connects in with that, the end of the path as it were, that I came up the first forestry track, to the left so to speak. And we'll soon find out. End of the road this way, where they've replanted the forest after clear felling. I think down to the left here is the path, or is it? I'm not going to pick my way through that, that's for sure. So 62% battery left. I'm going to head back round. I wonder if this has just self-seeded or if these have been specifically planted. They're all different sizes, that's for sure. Some of them are very close together. Quite an even spacing, which lines up with what's been felled. So I'd say this has been replanted. This is a steep slope. I find it quite remarkable that they can clear fell in this type of terrain, even with machinery. That takes skill and courage. There's a really steep drop down there, so I'll assume they've put these concrete blocks at the side of the road to prevent any vehicles straying too close to the edge. This is where the eMTB really comes into its own. getting back up these hills is effortless. Fantastic. So peaceful just here, with the trees to the left and in the lee of the hill. Sitka spruce has definitely seeded itself. Nobody would plant a tree at the side of the road like that. What's just as interesting is the bank of turf here, easily 2 meters thick, and the boundary between the turf, where the turf has been laid down, and the bedrock is just so clear. And there's the turn off for Moylussa. So the rest of this adventure will go by quickly. That's about 50 kilometres an hour. Which I would imagine is a bit slow for some folk, but that's plenty exhilarating for me. Thanks for taking the time, always appreciated.